tell me a little bit about what you thought about the game, man. I mean, it was a rough one for those of us who were sick and fucking tired of watching old Tommy boy lift the trophy every damn year.
Um, First of all, when people would ask me, Eb, what do you think is going to happen in the Super Bowl? I would say the Chiefs look unstoppable, but you can never count out Tommy. I mean, for me, dude, I was getting pretty sick of seeing the Patriots do it. We talked earlier this season about, I think at the beginning of the season, about the most interesting storylines. And to me, I'm sitting there last night. I'm in fucking awe, dude. I'm in awe.
You're
Like
in awe.
what? Like this guy, 10 Super Bowls, seven rings. Like it's already a massive accomplishment to make it to the NFL, to climb that to the top of that mountain. And then you're there. And he literally has, I saw some stat before this game that his percentage of making it to the Super Bowl is as good in his career is as good as Steph Curry's 3-point percentage. It's
Wow.
insanity. It's insane. I mean, I don't know, man. The guy he just works harder. I think he must just study more than anybody out there. You got to give him his props. To me, it's like he sort of proved this thing of players are more important than coaches. I think he showed that. I think he showed that great players make way more of a difference than great coaches do. I mean, look at what happened to the Patriots. They were abysmal this year. I mean,
Well, I mean, to be fair for the Patriots, I mean, when you look at the situation overall, they had a number of defensive players who opted out of the season. Obviously, we all know that the big elephant in the room was that they didn't have a quarterback, and the Cam Newton experiment was not anything that was proven to be or was even thought to be something that would fill the shoes of them not having Tom Brady. But on top of that, I mean, I think they lost double digits worth of players to opting out of the season. Somewhat, I think.
That's true.
In my opinion, I feel like partly that was on purpose to kind of give themselves, a year to kind of have a wash and try and get a higher pick. I mean, it's feasible. Where do you go from having Tom Brady as your quarterback in 12 months? You've got to dig deep to find a new talent to put in there. But no, I think that you are right in saying that this does kind of put to rest that entire question of was it Belichick or was it Brady? Because we see this Buccaneers team, a team that has a system that is by no means an easy offensive system for quarterbacks because of the many different option routes, which I think they pulled some of that out of their game plan after the first few weeks of the season, because I don't think that Tom really was feeling a lot of those option routes that they ran throughout the time they had Jameis Winston. Now, the thing with Jameis Winston was, yes, he threw 30 touchdowns, but he threw 30 interceptions. And about 18 of those interceptions were due to the actual system and the confusion that it can cause between the quarterback and the receiver with the option routes versus different coverages. And some breakdown videos that kind of went through each of those picks, I think about 16 or 18 of them were on the system, not on the quarterback. It was just a situation where the quarterback thought that the receiver was going to run one route, and the receiver ends up running a completely different route, and he just throws the ball to defenders just waiting, and it makes and that makes him look like he's bad. Now, all that being said, Tom Brady comes into the picture. He gets the coaches on the same page with him. He gets the team on the same page with him. And, you see this team just start to kind of ascend going into that second season with the playoffs. And, I mean, these guys played 3 straight road games to get a chance into the Super Bowl. That is, when you can do that, that is almost, a guarantee that you come in with the momentum you need to win the championship. But I felt like, as much as I hate Tom Brady, I have to respect it. Because the trophies speak for themselves. You can be mad all you want, but the trophies still speak for themselves. I think that there really is a mentality that he has that he brings with him to any team, that they actually take on his mentality, and that makes them a better team for it. So, I hated. It broke my heart to see Kansas City struggling out there. We got Andy's over there. I saw Andy at the start of the game before the national anthem. They had the Chiefs coaching staff lined up, and there's Andy right there. I'm over here like, come on, let's do this shit, Andy. Let's do it. And and it was rough to watch them go through it. But I think it's safe to say that we can assume that the Chiefs will have another shot at this again next year. All things considered.
I think so.
I think that one thing that a lot of people aren't talking about, which I think was the true factor in the game, was the O-line for the Chiefs. The O-line for the Chiefs was devastated going into this matchup. They lost Schwartz early in the season to a torn ACL, and then they lost Fisher to a blown Achilles at the end of the end of the Buffalo game, towards the end of the Buffalo game,
or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. So, this effectively changed 3 positions on the offensive line, because you had to move your right tackle to left. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You had to move your right tackle to left tackle, left tackle to right guard to right tackle. That shit is like, what the fuck?
That's brutal, dude. Right before the Super Bowl?
Oh my God. Right before the Super Bowl, dude. Like, ridiculous, right? Like, that shift from right tackle to left tackle, that's not fucking easy at all. It's not, dude. Shifting from right to left. I remember my second year when I became a starter, I was starting at left guard, and I'm left-handed, so there was something weird about playing at left guard that I hadn't noticed, even though I was left guard in college. Like, in the NFL, it was a little bit different. At left guard, I felt like my weight was on the wrong leg because I'm right leg dominant. And going into my third year, the Jags moved me to right guard, and it felt instantly natural. Like, I was like, oh, I feel 100 times better on the right side, just naturally putting my hand in the dirt with my right leg back and my weight on my left leg. It felt far more natural for me, like, instantly. So, maybe because I'm left-handed and it's kind of a flip in my in how my body adjusts. Moving from the left to the right was actually the more natural spot. But when you got the tackle position, and on the inside you can do that, and there you can get away with some misses, but at the tackle position, and it's not even the starting tackle, it's like the backup tackle moving from right to left. You had guys who were playing really in their first action all season, or their first extended action all season on Super Bowl Sunday. That's fucking rough.
It's brutal, man.
That's
super
rough,
difficult. Dude. I think, you also have to give props to the Tampa defense.
Oh yeah, their D line was fucking working. I watched some
they got after
stunts.
It. Yeah, they were getting after it, and
Jason Pierre-Paul, I think he led the way. Really, him and Shaquille Barrett.
Yeah. JPP and Shaq Barrett were dominant. Those linebackers were all over the place. That kid Devin White's unbelievable.
Yeah, Devin White.
Who's the other dude?
The other one is
Levante David.
Levante David. Levante David low key had one of the best seasons at linebacker in the entire NFL. That nobody really. I don't know if he made. I don't know if he got the Pro Bowl or not. But that dude That dude played lights out. I watched them play against who was it? I watched them play against the Chargers early in the season, and I swear this guy made every play for like 9 plays in a row. He made every tackle. I was like, oh my God, who is this guy? Levante David. He's just
they were unbelievable.
Freak.
And I think because the front 7 really dominated, it took a lot of pressure off the DBs, because to me, that's where the game was going to be won and lost.
Mm-hmm.
Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Hardman is also good. Edwards-Helaire is a great running back, great young back. Mahomes is just the magic man. I mean, you saw those throws. You were posting about it earlier. I mean, fucking like diving, throwing a ball on a beam right into a guy's hands.
He did that a couple of times.
He did that a few times. He did that a few times.
He did it early in the game. A lot of people, if you blink, you missed it. But he did it early in the game. I think it was like the only deep shot that they gave Tyreek Hill early in the game. He throws this ball up, and I'm telling you, dude, Tyreek Hill was double covered, and the ball landed. It hit Tyreek Hill right in the hands.
Yeah. And,
when you got multiple people jumping around you at the same time, I could see how he could have dropped that. But, I mean, Patrick Mahomes, the dude is his instinctual abilities are off the charts. He's literally parallel to the ground on I don't know if it was a 3rd or 4th down. He's been running around all day. And this dude launches a ball while he is laid out like he's laying on a surfboard, and just launches it 30 yards down the field, and it hits the receiver in the face, and he drops it.
Yeah,
it hit him in the face. I was surprised. I was like, whoa. He got that ball there. They showed the replay, and it's just, doop, hits this guy in the face. I'm like, yo, I don't care, this guy was playing with a hurt foot, with an offensive line that was going to struggle against his D-line. It was just a matter of how long could they hold up for him. But this guy is going to have a chance to get just as many titles as Tom Brady. He's got one, and he's just going into his 5th year?
Yeah.
Barring injuries, barring any unforeseen fall off, he'll have the chances. He'll have the opportunities.